Alright, so you guys should be able to hear me now. Alright, you guys should hear me now. Yeah, figure you can hear me now. Yep, just forgot to switch my audio source. I have it on headset during the week. So cool. Alrighty then. Let's get this started then. Alright folks, Pacini's Idiot, we are back. Playing Criminal Case on Facebook. Let's head on to case number 7 called Beastly Behavior. Oh, I recognize this guy. 77, 79. Here it is, 81 Rue Courtauld. This is the apartment that the empty animal crate that Popetin Rouge was sent from. Which means there's a high chance that the property linked to the animal smuggling racket happening in Montmartre. We've got to go check it out. We'll gun at the ready, Ace. Let's bust into the apartment. Oh. Good morning, everybody. Oh, goodness. It was an hour earlier than normal, so we'll see how this goes. Well, you're dead, obviously. Assuming that's the bracelet and then torn paper. Boom, I forgot to get the 6X. Therefore, did not get a star, which is unfortunate. Kick myself if I could have actually gone through. The floor's got a huge gash on his chest and no pulse. Looks like he was stabbed to death. He has ID in his pocket. Jason Peacock, American. It says online that Peacock was sent to prison in the U.S. for illegally trafficking baby pandas and was only recently released. I don't see any signs of animals being kept here, but that kind of sort of passed. There's a high chance Peacock's involved in the smuggling. Finding his killer might tell us more about what's going on. Great, you're already picking up some clues, Ace, including this bracelet. Let's recover the name engraved on it. We've got to tape up this torn drawing. I feel like we've seen that guy before. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna grab a bunch of stars. I'll be right back. Pacini's Idiot, or what? I feel like we've seen that guy before. Okay, okay. So we definitely have seen him before. I mean, we won't be able to make the connection. But that look was very familiar. Ooh. Huh. Oh, gotcha. Wow, back in conspiracy. Yeah, in the preview it didn't occur to me, but once I saw him, I was like, hold on a minute, this is definitely someone that we know. Yeah, Joe. So I'm trying to go an hour earlier, um, because I seem to be bumping up really closely to work and like my kids waking up, and as well, I would like to start moving towards having more people on um, as guests, and with guests, it always takes like an extra half hour, 45 minutes, because I don't think anyone, um, I'm not sure if everyone talks as fast as I do. Um, and obviously, there's pleasantries that get exchanged, so I get somewhat distracted, but a good type of distraction. Um, so hopefully, by having it an hour earlier, um, it gives me the opportunity to have people on without it bumping into work or like my kids waking up. So, alright, so cello, there's the mouse. Nasmoon, yes he is. That was confirmed. Was confirmed. I had a feeling I knew who he was, or I had a feeling he was someone that we had seen in previous cases. I just wasn't sure where. And thankfully, the chat is right on it. Yeah. Well, I agree with that, Joe, and that's been a feedback I think we've had multiple times in the chat. Is that it'd be really nice if people did recognize us from previous cases. I mean, I get that they're building these as standalone instances, but again, we're using the same person from this, so an acknowledgement would be nice. But again, if you're just playing this case and you haven't played conspiracy yet, um, then making a reference to something else um, might not be correct. And I think they're also trying to make it so that you can play them in any order. So you could potentially play this one and then conspiracy. But either way, I'm just giving them more excuses. I'm definitely on your side that I wish they had done that. That would have been cool in my eyes. So how's everybody doing? We have over here, our boys are starting to go back, not to school, but to their therapy sessions. So schools have reopened in our district, but we're not sending them back. We are sending them to their autism therapy, and that's almost the same amount of time as school. Yep, let's reload because I'm sure you're going to give me some bonuses. And I think they have like a max of like 2 people in the classroom or something like that, or like it's a very much smaller scale, and so we just felt more comfortable doing it there. Let's do this. Let's refresh. Let's see if there was anything I got from a bonus. So you made me reload and I don't even have a bonus? That's unfortunate. But your grandmother did? Hi, Irish. As I'm hearing you guys, what you guys are playing, I think if I were to ever suggest an order for people to play Criminal Case, I think the first one would be Supernatural Investigations. And then the second one would be Conspiracy. And then probably World Edition, Travel in Time, Pacific Bay. I think that's the order I would do. It's a little more complicated when we get to the other portions of it, but I definitely think that Supernatural Investigations, the last one, it's only 30 cases, which is why I would lean towards that one rather than Conspiracy. Conspiracy is 60. So I would like people to get like the full like story arc and stuff, and then go to Conspiracy for sure. Hey, Harry. I guess that's an interesting question to the group. Is what would be the first if you had to get someone in the criminal case and like they didn't know anything about it, and you're like, you know, like, hey, just let me know what I should do so I can see what you know, if I like it or not. What would be the first you know, season that you would put them on? Would you go back to Grimsboro? I wouldn't. I wouldn't have them start on that. Grimsboro to me is a very slow developing story. It's long in terms of the cases. The first two districts are very gray and dull. They've improved so much. Pacific Bay. Pacific Bay is really fun. I mean, I really like Pacific Bay. There's just, I think, ones that you know would grab people's attention a little bit more. Rules aren't in the description. I didn't copy it over. Huh? Ping me on Discord, and I'll update them. So, criminal case King. I'll give myself credit. He looked extremely familiar to me, but I didn't know where he was from. So, chat helped me out with that. But I will give myself credit that he definitely was familiar enough to where I asked chat where he's from, because you can't forget that mustache. Oh, Daniel, you're right. You are correct. I do need to update. I'll do that after this. Alrighty, there we go. Much better, much better. Should be good. Should be good to go now. Yep. So rules have been updated as well as thumbnail. Bonnie usually updates the thumbnails. Imagine that there's a dead body in your house. I've actually never seen one, so I have no idea what I would do. Absolutely no idea. My guess would be just call the police. Wow, these are this is so cool. All the pictures and stuff. Shopping bag. Where's the shopping bag? Where's the shopping bag? Ah, there it is. Okay. I think I've almost believe I've gotten a lot of all of the things found, I believe. Elephants. Alright, let's move on. I can't find that grape. I jinxed myself. Hmm. Well, thanks for reminding me, Daniel. Bonnie let me know about it, but I forgot when I started the stream. This elephant thing is really annoying me. There it is. So, something I am curious about, because obviously the United States is not as great as other places in the world, is how's everybody else with your quarantine? Is your quarantine still on? Has it lessened? What exactly is going on in your country? I'm very curious because I just don't always get information from like outside countries, like what things are going on. So Miriam, if it's still on, then where are you located? I can't remember where everyone's located. So gotcha. Just wondering if anyone got anything lifted. Because we're starting to slowly open up here. Like I said, our school district is open, but we're holding off for probably another month. Because we want to make sure that everything is, there's no flare-ups, basically. In our eyes, no reason to jump the gun. We are not in a position where we have to rush that. Because again, like I said, both sons get therapy and more like one-on-one sessions for their autism. So for us, that is way more importantly than school. They get way more out of that than they do school. I mean, they could go to both, but if they're already getting one, why they don't necessarily need to go to the other. All right. The only thing that you missed was seeing the victim, who is, Jack can tell you, but he is someone we've seen before, the first case of conspiracy. Candace against the universe. Who's even in that? I don't even remember seeing that. We've been keeping our eye out for Disney Plus stuff. Oh, it's the Phineas and Ferb movie. Yeah, no, never mind. I remember seeing that. I was never into Phineas and Ferb. Interesting. Interesting. We have to watch it. I don't know. I'm still on Hamilton. That's probably the most thing that I watch on there. I mean, obviously my boys watch other stuff on there, but I'm still very much into Hamilton. Love the music in it. Yeah, we'll have to see. We really monitor what the kids watch. Like anything from like Nickelodeon back in the day, they are not watching because they just don't teach good morals. Like SpongeBob is not great. Recess, some of the old school things that I remember watching, I watch them again, and I'm like, they're very like. I want my kids to be in like this, like at least this happy bubble for a little bit. They'll hit the real world eventually, but no need to get that right now at the young age that they're at. Hey, Verici. Right, Mark, is it? Let's see. Actually, let's see if we can refresh. See if we can get some sort of a bonus. Hey, Warren. Say hi before we. Hey, Noah. Yeah, man. 5 years. I probably look a lot different. That's for sure. All right. All right, folks. But you guys see, we are back. We grabbed some stars, so let's continue on. Oh, dears. Is our victim? Sure looks like him. Yeah, this is a caricature of our victim. He's signed Lila Ranguala. She must be the artist who drew her. I remember reading my guidebook that their famous square of Montmartre full of artists. It's called La Place du Tertre. Montmartre used to be the stomping ground for famous painters like Vincent van Gogh and Picasso, so it's no wonder they have a place like this. Anyway, enough of the history lessons. I'll bet Miss Ranguala works at the square. Let's go speak to her. And I'll bet she tells us to go look at the square. Oh, I've already said if I wanted to get people into a criminal case, I'd probably start them off with supernatural investigations. Supernatural investigations, and then I say supernatural investigations, and then conspiracy for sure. They even agreed on this. It is in Howard Stacy, CEO of Stacy's department store. We last met the American magnate at the Cheer fashion show. Now we find evidence in an apartment linked to an animal smuggling and murder. Stacy has some questions to answer. Ace, let's pay him a visit. The only reason, or one of the reasons I would do supernatural investigations over conspiracy, if I was going to first introduce people, is the fact that supernatural investigations is only 30 cases. Conspiracy is like 60, I think. So get them into the fast-paced stuff and then move over there. Bonjour, good looking. Come on over here and have your portrait taken by the best caricature artist in Montmartre. Sorry, man, but we're actually here on police business. A man named Jackson Peacock was found murdered earlier today. Recognize him? Oh yes, Monsieur Peacock, I drew him only this morning. He's been murdered? Quite a grumpy fellow. Still, he did give me a big tip, so all's forgiven. I'm sorry he's dead. Miss Ringwald, if you say Mr. Peacock was here in the morning, the secret agent is now when you make a sweep of the square. Please step aside. I knew that was going to be the case. Mr. Jason carried a explanatory bracelet ended up at the scene of a murder. The scene of a murder in an apartment. Oh yes, Mr. referring to 81 Rue Courtauld. I've been renting it while this tier of mine was getting fixed up. I must have dropped my bracelet there during the move. Wait a minute, you're saying someone was murdered in the apartment? Who? An American by the name of Jackson Peacock. We believe he may have been embroiled in an animal trafficking racket. Never heard of the man, but sounds like he was a nasty piece of work. Don't tell him what he's been involved in. Just say, do you know the guy? Once you tell him, oh, he's involved in illegal activities, there's no way this guy's going to say, oh, yeah, I know him. We go way back. Anyway, thanks for returning the bracelet to me. I must be off now. I've got a business run and all that. Rookie mistake. Oh, there we go. Pretty case, of course. Look, Ace, this faded poster's got the victim's name on it. Let's recover the rest of what it says. And that's supposed to be Peacock's briefcase. His initials were on it. We better rifle through the contents for clues. Yes, and now since it's 4 o'clock, we might get some other people that are able to hop on. But yeah, I'm going to be starting to doing this an hour earlier, so I can hopefully finish earlier and help out with waking the boys up, which I haven't been able to do recently. Poster says Father Pousse welcomes all new members to the Blessed Congregation of Sacré Coeur. So our victim was a churchgoer Ace and a famous Parisian landmark, no less. Let's see if this Father Pousse from the Sacré Coeur can tell us anything more about him. Oh, there's the pandas. And mustache wax. Time's up for you. Interesting. Then we're on this napkin from the victim's briefcase. Ace says, time's up for you, heartless Jackson. Knowing that Peacock was stabbed through the heart, this message must be a threat sent to invade a killer. Let's give a napkin to Enzo. Welcome to Sacré Coeur, my dears, and may the Lord bless your souls with gay abandon. How can I be of service on this wonderfully sun-kissed day? I'm afraid we're about to tell you that may put a damper on your day. Jackson Peacock, a member of your congregation, has been murdered, and we're trying to find his killer. Oh, but this is tragic news darkens my heart. Did you know the victim well, Father? I'd only met the man recently. I remember he was a rather boisterous foreigner who sang all the hymns out of tune. But we were all children of the Lord, and he loves us equally. May Jackson Peacock rest in peace. Hey, Carrie, have you been enjoying La Cuisine Française so far? Hugo's been making me try everything from snails to coq à vin, and it's all been super delicious. And don't even get me started on the desserts. Lord, you like French food, so it seems. So does your killer. Let me explain. I found grease stains on the napkin on which the killer wrote their threat to your victim. These stains Follow the exact pattern that the killer's hands would have had to move to right the throat, which confirms that the grease came from their grubby fingers, and broke down the components of the oil they sauced. You found ham, emmental cheese, lasas, bechamel, and egg yolk, all the elements that make up a crochet madame sandwich, which means your killer is into French comfort food. Who isn't? A croque madame sounds like a culinary perfection. So let's try to make sure to try one after we cut the murder. He said to see your lace victim has some severely clogged arteries. If he hadn't been stabbed in the heart, it wouldn't have been long before he would have popped his clogs from a cardiac arrest anyways. It was spread from all guilt from harboring baby pandas, and the idea that that knife that he used to stab him. Yes, it was as short but sharp, and as we know, size doesn't matter, it's how you use it. Also, I spotted some lubricant around the wound, and not the fun variety. This kind of lube is used to keep scooter engines smooth and silk. Since traces of lubricant were found on the very spots which the killer would have had to touch to pull out the weapon, they're the ones using a scooter as if around Paris. Scooter or not, we'll catch up with the killer soon, Hades. Not shocking. Ace, I think I can help with that. Oh, what's up, Hugo? We discovered something highly significant about your killer. Oh, thanks for helping us out there. Alright, folks, I'll grab some stars. I'll see you right back. It's my pitching AC8. Or what? Alright. Okay. Leave it on because I can't remember which one does which. Yeah, what was the question again? Warren. Sometimes I get too caught up in these scenes. That's kind of my thought too. Is Grimsbow's first 31 cases are not memorable. If they cut those out and you go straight from there, then you're gonna talk about a pretty fun place. Yeah, they didn't really hit their stride till the next season. Season 2, they got a lot better. I wonder, can I actually stand up? I would love to stand up. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. I did not know I didn't know my camera would go that far. Yes, I get to stand up so much better. Did not know that was possible. That's great. Honestly, I'm probably going to be doing a lot better now that I can stand up. Interesting combination ketchup. Mine would probably be. Look at that. Probably Jack, Jones, Amy, Frank, Gloria. I think that's the way I would run that. Oh, Maddie over Gloria. Gloria was not my favorite at all. Nah. I don't know why, but she's just not memorable. Hold on a minute. I did like, yeah, Gwen was okay. I'm trying to think. I think the interesting thing is, even though I would have everyone start off with supernatural investigations, it's not necessarily like no one in that I would put above someone else, at least from character-wise. But I think the difference is in other seasons, the people like Jack Jones, the Amy and stuff, they carried a lot of the conversations. You didn't really focus on the secondary characters as much. Although that being said, I did really like from World Edition. I forget her name. It's not Carmen. Forget who she was. I like Marina, but you're right. She's better in the first place that we saw her. I tried, Joe. I've refreshed it now 3 times. Carmen and Angela, and you weren't much active enough. I mean, it could be very much true. Could be very much true. I will not deny that looks play a factor. Michelle Zuria, that's right. That's right. I wish she was a partner from the start, and she wasn't a partner for long, but she made a good mark. Michelle Zuria. Oh, that's right, Assault. But Assault wasn't our partner. Assault was great because she had a lot of like personality. Yeah, I'm missing 2 things. Great. Oh, there's a moon up there. I'm missing. Oh, and the stroller. Well, I know Jack Archer was made after me. I know that for a fact. When they released all of his stuff, he was from Los Angeles. I was from Los Angeles at the time. He and I are the same age. At the time, that was the look that I had. So he and I had the same look. Very much much, and plus I got confirmation from the developers that I was the basis of his at least model. I'm missing quite a bit actually. It was shaking. Oh my goodness. Flowers. My favorite characters at this point is probably Carrie. I do like her storyline. Maybe anyone in the World Edition. You do Michelle Zuria. You could say, in terms of partner that joined us for a little bit, you can say, who is the other person that joined us? This is always the scene that takes me the most concentrated effort. I'll cover, there we go. Who else joined us there? Saul joined us then. We have Lars, I think, join us for a case. It was just fun. Air conditioner. Oh wow. Holy moly. I did that one really well. George Matheson, that's right. Oh, Carrie. Or Kathy. Kathy was a pink haired girl. Let's do this. Alright folks, Pachinki's 88, we are back. Let's head on to chapter number 2. Aceville lead to Montemarte in a bid to stop animal trafficking. Oh yeah, that's right, we know all this stuff. Popped in into the lab to borrow some energy pills, my industry killer's napkins. Yeah, and it becomes Ooh La Vache, my favorite restaurant, my favorite cafe in Montemarte. My ex-wife and I used to go there all the time. It's on Rue Courtauld. Rue Courtauld? That's on the same road as our victim's apartment. Ace, the napkin came from this cafe. That our killer must have been there too. We need to go check it out. Oh, somebody ripped always good. Honestly, we've had amazing side characters that have helped us out that are not our partners. It's actually a really nice list. It's a very fun list of people. Well, this is obviously one. Exotic pet handbook. Oh, brother. That's not incriminating at all. Did you see the menu for this place, Ace? I've got to bring my brother Cody here sometime. That is, if I ever get to meet out in the open without worrying that Antoine Macaron is going to find out. We should focus on clues for our investigation for now. This camera could be holding secrets. I agree, let's unlock it. And look, this is a handbook on exotic pets. Peacock's pandas one in the past makes this guide highly suspicious. There's a message written on the front page. We need your Dustin kit to figure it out. We should also save any hidden in this tray of dirty dishes. There's the dagger. This is bloody dagger doing another pile of dirty dishes, Ace. More importantly, could it be a murder weapon? Let's get the dagger to Nadia's stat. Huh. Ace, the message on the exotic pet handbook says, Jackson, following our little chat, I thought this book might come in handy. Kiki. Okay. So we were right, this handbook is linked to our victim. Wait, Kiki K, could this be Kiki Kloss, the salesman, our first murder investigation in Paris? What was Kloss doing sending animal guides to our victim? We better ask her. Uh-oh. Kiki, getting into some bad stuff? Yeah, but now that we've unlocked the camera, let's look through the photos. That looks like Jackson Peacock. It looks like he didn't know he was being photographed. Someone's stalking him? There's a selfie of a woman. Oh, I know who she is. Right? Yeah, she seems familiar. Nadia, what did you make of the dagger we found? First off, the blood and gore on it definitely came from your victim, which means you found your murder weapon. And as for the dagger itself, it's ornate hilt looked familiar. First, I thought a man used it as a titillation tool at one of my more violent adult parties, but I realized its provenance was much more virtuous. You see, it's a replica dagger used in Aurelia, a wholesome film from the 90s set in Montmartre. Well, I love that film. I still wanted to grow up to be Aurelia. That girl is far too insipid for my liking. In any case, this dagger is a collector's item, which means your killer must also be a fan. I suppose I'm a fan of Aurelia. It's one thing the killer and I have in common, Ace. Speaking of famous Montmartre things, how about we take a look around the artist's square? Let's do that. That's right, it's Harper. I was gonna say, she seems super familiar. Secret Ace, you're looking less of a fashion victim compared to last time we met. When you're just as pleasant, Miss Kloss. Speaking of victims, we found Jackson Peacock murdered in his apartment. Mice, no, not another murder. All this violence is enough to make me throw up the crook, Madame Majesty. Miss Klaus, why did you send Mr. Peacock a handbook on exotic pets? Didn't you know he was a convicted animal smuggler? Mon Dieu, I had no clue. To be honest, I barely knew the man. He messaged me asking for advice on what pets were on unload. My scooter had a flat tire that day, so I posted in a handbook instead. As the best stylist in Paris, I was surprised that Jackson had consulted me on what was fashionable. I didn't imagine for a second that he could be harming animals. Yeah, how could you forget this high-tailed pony? So the woman who was sneaking in the room was called Harper Stone. Miss Stone better have some answers for her behavior. Officers, you better have a good reason for bringing me in for questioning and why you confiscated my vegan cheese. Okay, madame. Do you know how hard those are to find in Paris? Whoa, Miss Stone, please calm down here because you've been taking photos of a murder victim without knowledge and... Wait, Jackson Peacock's been murdered? She didn't know the victim? Yeah, I first met Peacock when I was working at a zoo back in the US, but now I'm an animal rights campaigner. I've been on the hunt for this panda smuggling jerk ever since he got out of jail. You seem to have a lot of anger towards Mr. Peacock. Yeah, he's pure scum, but if you think I killed him, then you're barking up the wrong tree. I value all life, not just those of animals. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to get back to my scooter and out of this stinky interrogation room. Looks like your absent-minded victim dropped his phone here, so we need to crack its password. If you think these broken pieces of metal are worth reassembling, don't trust your instincts. Always trust my instincts. Let's send the victims on the phone to a meal ace. Okay. No quick anecdote, I should say. Deliver JP from evil. It's a religious crucifix. It says, deliver JP from evil. JP would stand for Jackson Peacock, you're right. This message had been written by the priest who met earlier. He knew the victim after all. We need another word with Father Puse. Hey Ace, it's wonderful to see you. It's wonderful to see you in good spirits, Emil. I heard you were kind of upset after being stood up by your date. Wes told me the best way to get over someone is to get under someone else, so to speak. He was totally right. I've started chatting to another girl, and she's just magnifique. That's really cool, but just be careful you don't get hurt again. I will. Anyways, I guess you're here about the victim's phone. One thing I can tell you is that he's obsessed with pandas. He had like 1,000,000 photos of them. Not surprising knowing his past. Finding anything else? Yeah, there's an angry voicemail from one of your suspects. Listen for yourselves. Peacock, you're an A-grade jerk. You could have ruined Stacy's. Well, of course it's Howard Stacy. You can tell he didn't know the victim. He's accusing him of also ruining his company. Biggest business model better company. At this point, Stacy blames everybody but himself for Stacy's collapse. Oh, Father and all the blessed saints, I thank thee for these glorious existence of croquet madams. Sorry to interrupt your lunch, Father Pusey, but we have some questions about this cross. Is it yours? How in heaven's name did you chance upon my crucifix? That's not important. What we really want to know is why you wrote Deliver JP from Evil on it. Because that man was the devil incarnate, Secret Genius. Last Sunday after Mass, Mr. Peacock came to me and confessed all the barbaric ways he treated poor innocent animals. I was utterly horrified and frustrated because as a priest I am sworn to secrecy. So instead I tried to perform a remote exorcism on him using a crucifix because a person as monstrous as he must have been possessed. But now Jackson Peacock is dead and I'm the one who needs to confess to being happy about it. May the good Lord forgive me. So my theory is Emil's going to have this great relationship with someone he's chatting with, and it's probably going to be like Nadia or something, and she's just using a different name, or she's not showing her real picture, and then they're going to end up having like, they're going to end up dating. That's going to be my guess. That would be a clever way to handle that. Oh, now you're going to give me my happy hour bonus? I mean, I'm okay getting it now, but I would have gotten it before. There we go. Cool. I'll take it. Secret Agent Ace, please make this quick. I was about to jump on my scooter to go catch a rerun of one of my favorite movies, Arielle, at the cinema. Well, it was late as always. We'll take as long as we require. So, Mr. Stacy, why did you lie to us about knowing Jackson Peacock? We heard your voice, but you'd be rating him for almost ruining your department store. Alright, I admit I lied, but I just didn't want to get embroiled in another murder investigation. I have a reputation to uphold, as does my store, and that's where Mr. Peacock comes in. Fact is, I was in discussions with a man about buying fur for Stacy's next premium winter collection. Peacock assured me that the fur he supplied would be ethically sourced byproducts of the meat industry. Secret Agent, did you know that they eat rabbits and horse in France? I prefer an inoffensive croquet madame myself. Mr. Stacy, please stick this to the subject. Well, to my horror, I recently discovered that the fur in question was not kosher at all. It was totally illegal and domestic, and Peacock had obtained it in the cruelest of ways. The man could have shut down Stacy's forever, all because of his greed and lack of morals. Well, Mr. Stacy, let's hope we don't find out you shut down Jackson Peacock in return. Ace, we now know that the victim was a cruel and horrible man. So much so that Father, they have this recap. I don't care about the recap. Oh, Leah, I want her to be one of our partners. Someone filed a complaint about your victim. Complaint's really not a big deal. If it was a restraining order, it's a bigger deal. Anyways, I'm gonna grab some stars. Be right back to Pachisi. Or what? Alright, I got energy costs down, which is nice. Oh, I forgot the mailbox. It's ATM. There it is. Where's this? Oh, there's a statue. Okay. Ah, man. I'm gonna be like 15,000 points off of this. So close. Okay. Well, at least it was a lot more off than that. Oh no, 10,000. Like, yikes. All right. Yeah, we are. We're essentially on our last 4 stars that we gotta collect, and then we should be able to finish off the case. Okay, it's red ribbon there. That's right. Yeah. watch. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Do this. Alright, folks, but you guys idiot, we are back. Let's head on to chapter number 3. Yes. Yep, it's Layla Renwala. She's the one who complained shortly before Jackson was murdered. Wow. I want to draw a caricature. Well, did a formal complaint? That's interesting. Why wouldn't she have disclosed that to us? Shocking. Let's find out. Miss Renwala, you told us Jack's big eye had given you a nice tip and that all was fine, so why'd you file a complaint? Oh, Secret James, there was no tip that he gave me. It was a blooming bribe. Wait, what for? To keep an eye out for you lot. When I refused, he kicked my scooter and threatened to destroy my stand. I felt as vulnerable as the girl in Aurelia. Secret James, I feared for my life. When you came around and asked questions, I panicked and didn't tell you that I made that complaint just in case you thought I'd kill him. Miss Renwall, the way Jackson Peacock bullied and threatened you is not acceptable, but I'm afraid it won't hold us up as a defense for murder. Speaking of the victim, we better make another sweep of his apartment. Secret James. I agree. Should make another sweep of his apartment. Stool. This feather ball, there it is. Ah, nuts. I just realized. Threw myself off, but I didn't get the darn it. I didn't get the extra air, I didn't get the star. But put on this rug's too small to I'll ring victim's ace. There's some yellow goo stuck in the prim. Taking a sample is probably their best bet. And this pistol looks full of his belongings, but there'll be a clue hiding there too. Come on. You say nobody deserves to get murdered, but some people, if they don't live as long as others, is probably a benefit. Oh, checkbook. Fistible's a weird place to keep your checkbook, but I guess your victim wasn't really a regular guy. It's a long shot. Maybe this checkbook will give us less than a 2 meal. And especially if that checkbook has shady stuff on it. Oops, I'm not going to do that. I figured it would be somewhere here. Yeah, okay. Let's put the yellow sludge from the footprint on the microscope base. The more I learn about love and romance, the more confused I become. You haven't been talking to Nadia by any chance? No, I'm referring to something super bizarre found in your victim's checkbook. See, I cross-reference all the numbers on the stuff that the checks he issued. One of them was a payment he made to a website called Sugar Papa. It's a dating site for wealthy old men in search of young girlfriends. While knowing how expensive Paris is, I'm almost tempted to sign up myself. Joking aside, what does Jackson's payment have to do with our investigation meal? Well, when I dug deeper into the payment, I saw that it had been made to a woman whose username was Kiki Style. Wait, isn't Kiki Kloss the stylist? But she told us our dealings with Jackson Peacock were purely business. This transaction on Sugar Papa paints a totally different picture. Better have another word with Miss Kloss, Ace. Oh, come on. She's what? She's 32. She's old enough to make her own decisions. I mean, that is still a very large age gap, but still, I mean, she's old enough. I mean, if she was like under 25, you know, maybe I could see something, but when you're 32, man, that's old. You're kind of old at that point. I mean, I'm 32. And I'm like, I lived a good portion of life to know that that's the case. The yellow goo from the footprint is vegan cheese. That's right, her persona mentioned eating a croquette madame made with vegan cheese when the first questioner. We know the activist had been stalking Jackson Peacock. Now we have proof that she's been in his apartment. Let's interrogate Miss Stone. Miss Kloss, why did you lie to us about your relationship with Jackson Peacock? We know he was your sugar daddy. Wait, well, would you reveal such a thing to anyone? Obviously, I was embarrassed about it. What's even worse was that he wasn't even that very good provider. I have expensive tastes, and he wasn't meeting my needs. And let me tell you, I'm no saint like Aurelia, but some of his needs were downright disgusting. But when I wanted to stop our relationship, Jackson got mad and demanded I return his money. I already spent it on a vintage shoe or coat. Oh, for your sake, you didn't murder Jackson Peacock to end all this, Miss Kloss. She seems shady to where that would be the case. Miss Stone, first we find out that you were stalking Jackson Peacock on the street. Now we discover that you'd also snuck into his apartment. Tell us why we shouldn't arrest you here and now for his murder. Look, I told you already I didn't kill Peacock, but I haven't been totally honest about my reasons for hating him. Yeah, he was a vile scumbag who was cruel to animals. My issue with him was more personal. See, the jerk smeared me online. Said he saw me wearing a leather jacket. And an animal rights activist wearing a leather jacket? Surely not. Of course not. It was faux leather, but the damage had already been done, and I was branded a hypocrite. I lost all credibility within the animal rights community, and it was all Peacock's fault. I even had fake blood thrown at me when I went to watch Aurelia at the cinema the other day. I didn't murder Peacock, but I'm sure glad that he's dead. Oh, snap. Yep. Where are we going now? To the street. Let's take it to the streets. Volume on my, okay. Increase the volume on my mic a little bit. Gotta be careful though in terms of me talking because my kid's asleep in the next room. It's still only 5 a.m. in the morning. It's a canister of screw lubricant. Ace is gonna God belong to our screwdriver and kill it. We should scoop up some of those fibers left on it. We better put this broken piece of jewelry back together. Yep, let's do it. Quick and slick 500. Let's get these fibers from the screw loop straight to Enzo Ace. I mean, obviously this is a peacock. This blessing peacock brooch has got our victim's initial in the back. The killer must have ripped off Jackson Peacock and disposed of it after murdering him. We have to get this brooch to Enzo right away. Enzo, please tell us you don't have something useful for the victim's brood. Well, call me the best forensic expert. Prayers for nothing, my bella. Speaking with the blood, it matches some Jackson Peacocks, so it's definitely his. Aside from the blood, there's a mix of rubbing alcohol for cleaning earrings without. Oh, yep. So I'm thinking it was his sugar daddy. Sure, he said that he had a demented things that he liked, so I guarantee you that's probably it. You know, he had a scooter once until an ex-girlfriend smashed it up with a crowbar after a misunderstanding. Well, I'm sure you weren't to blame at all, Enzo. Right, Enzo? Anyway, unlike you, our killer still owns a two-wheeler. Did the black fibers from the can of lubricant shed any light on them? Well, first somehow traces of them and the fibers means the lubricant definitely belongs to your killer. There were strands of hair confirming that your killer had black hair. I'm right. I believe. No way is it Howard Macy. No way. That is earrings. Yep. It's Kiki Kloss. Knew it. Once I heard the earrings, I was like, that's gotta be her. He did crazy things. My guess, we'll see how she goes. My guess is this is going to be sub 20 years. Miss Kloss replaced you in arrest for the murder of Jackson Peacock. You have the right to remain silent. Expect me to remain silent after such a heinous accusation? Come on, the imbeciles. Well, if we're such imbeciles, then how will we figure out that you stabbed Peacock using a collector's item dagger? Dagger that you discarded at your favorite Au La Vache cafe. The scooter you drove to his apartment on must be well oiled since we found traces of your engine lubricant all over his wounds. What we don't understand is what drove you to rip off your victim's brooch and smash it into pieces after murdering him. Because that despicable human man humiliated me. Me with all that sugar daddy business? Oh, that was just the beginning, Interrogating Ace. Soon after we met on the website, Jackson told me he needed a spousal visa so he could live and work in France. So he made me an offer. He said he'd look after me financially in exchange for a marriage of convenience. Whoa. So I wasn't going to say no to his money, so I agreed. But as soon as he got his visa, Jackson dumped me and filed for divorce. Divorced at 32. Can you imagine anything more shameful? Wait, but surely if he divorced you, he lost his visa. He told me he managed to bribe the right people with the immigration department by that point, so nothing would have happened to him. Anyway, I got so frustrated that I went to his apartment to give him a piece of my mind. But he just laughed and told me to stop acting like a spoiled puppy. So in a fit of rage, I took my dagger out of my purse, and before I knew it, I stabbed him straight through the heart. Who has a dagger in their purse? Anyways, and I'm afraid you're not going straight into custody, Miss Kloss. Kiki Kloss, how do you stand before the court accused of the murder of Jackson? Guilty, Your Honor, but I rid the world of a cruel and violent man. Surely that counts for something. I'm going to guess 25 years, because she doesn't seem super remorseful. Yeah, I've heard of his unsavory past, but today we must focus solely on the case at hand, namely that you killed him in a fit of rage after he wanted to divorce you. Well, what about the fact that he only married me in the first place to get a visa? Well, that was also illegal, yes, but we shall be looking into the individuals concerned, and it does not justify you murdering him. 12 years, nice. I was thinking under 20, but well, criminal case king, you've played the case before. That's very like on the nose type 12 years. Anyways, I was thinking less than 20. Then I went to 25 because she didn't seem as remorseful, but I gotta remember, bad guy. So Clementine does have a soft spot for getting rid of bad people. Does that mean I'll have to wear a yucky prison uniform? Yeah. Hey, so she never condone murder, but I can't help but be pleased that Kiki Kloss saved the world. See, I think that's where what everyone's thoughts are. Speaking of which, we know Peacock's apartment is linked to the animal smuggling ring currently operating in Montmartre, which means next on the agenda is saving the animals in Paris. Yes, it is. Alright, folks, I'll see you guys in a little bit. I do have to grab a couple stars, so, because I did not get them. Start, there we go. Okay. This one, and then we should be good to go. There we go. Alright, now we're back. Now let's get on to chapter 4. Alright, folks, Puccini's Idiot, we are back. I don't know if we cut out the collecting of the two stars, but yep, it led us here, and now that we've solved the murder, we can turn our attention back to uncovering the smuggling ring. We haven't seen any signs of smuggling for now, but I bet there's something hiding in the property. And Ace, can I talk to you in Enzo when you have a minute? Sure, Neil. Everything will be right once we get back from Peacock's apartment. Yeah, okay. Let's do a meal because something tells me that someone on our team Or again, it's someone that we know that he's talking to. It's almost sort of body, but you've been so helpful in the past with my love life. I'm out of the heart, my favorite kind of dilemma. Well, you see, I'm finally having my date with Law Girl 21, the awesome woman I've been. No, no, it's gonna be Clementine. Oh man, that's gonna be Clementine. How much you want to bet? How much do you want to bet it's gonna be Clementine? Oh man, I don't know why she put 21, but I'll bet you anything that that could be her. And I really want to impress her with a gift, but I have no idea what to buy. This can't be too difficult. Maybe that's what she's like. She's in the games like puzzles and she adores Montemarte. In fact, that's where we're meeting. It is so her. It is so Clementine. Isn't that a cafe that your latest killer would like to frequent? Ace looks like it's a popular place. And what's that? Law Girl likes Montemarte, then we should go and ask that caricature artist you met for help finding a suitable gift. Alright, let's pick her brains. It is totally Clementine. It's a law girl. She's going back to the place where she first had her date with her, you know, her ex. Hugo. Oh my goodness, this is too good. I gotta follow this. I don't think. Hello again, Secret Exchange. So told you I didn't kill Mr. Peacock. Now how did you finally let me draw you? Well, I usually don't say no to a portrait of my beautiful face, but I'm afraid we have more pressing matters to attend, mademoiselle. You see, our friend Emile is in need of a Montemarte-themed gift to impress his new lady friend. A puzzle would be ideal. Oh, I have the perfect thing. It's a pretty jigsaw I made of Montemarte. I'll tell you what, if you can piece it together, I'll let you have it for free. You're too kind, Mademoiselle Rangamala. Come on, Ace, let's grab that jigsaw from my list stand. Let's look sexy while we're doing it. Oh, man. I'm telling you, man. I am telling you. I am going to guess that it is Clementine. Just a guess. Just a guess. Jigsaw pieces. Well, thankfully it doesn't look like a like this puzzle that complicates like a 1,000-piece puzzle. This is a jigsaw puzzle lately. Artist lady mentioned Ace. I'm sure you'll solve it in no time. Oh man, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. Again, just a theory, but things are lining up to where that's the case. Yeah, no, I mean the 21 thing would throw you off, and I think that so again, Clementine is not that young. Clementine is got to be like 40s or 50s, but again, that doesn't not everybody tells the truth online. So thank you so much for solving the jigsaw puzzle for me. A nice artist lady gave it to us for free, so you'll have more money to spend on whining and dining your date. Oh my gosh, I'm kind of nervous about the whole thing. You guys couldn't come and scout the cafe, could you? Just around the corner. No, you're right. This adorable cafe terrace is perfect find for date. Well, yes, but what if the girl doesn't show up, just like the last girl I met online? Not sure I can take another rejection. Oh, great, he's fainted. We need to pick him off the street quick. Oh, brother, we have to actually go to the street. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. And that's why I didn't collect this star, because I had a feeling, usually the left-hand side, we go back to those places. Oh dear, he's fainted. He's fainted. He's done for. He's going to faint even more if my theory is correct. Mon faveur, Emile. He was so stressed by his date tonight that he fainted. I'm going to take the poor boy back to my lab and get him back on form. Meet me back there in a bit, Ace. I just want to... Hey, sorry you had to witness my panic attack earlier. Not my proudest moment. Don't be so hard on yourself, one of me. Stressing out over a girl happens to all of us, even me. I doubt that has ever happened to you, Enzo. Anyways, Enzo, you're giving me a pep talk and dosed me up with some Spanax. So I think I'm finally ready for my date. Gave him like a relaxer. Yes, you are, Emil, but Ace, I think it'd be still useful for you to accompany him to the cafe for moral support. Oh, brother. Yep. Let's do this. Let's go meet Law Girl 21. Oh, brother. Ace, I think I see her. I think it's the back of her head. Law Girl? Clementine? It's me, Tectonic 101. Oh. Wait. That's what I thought. Yep. It's Clementine. What are you doing here? Wait, you two know each other? Ace works with me. Oh, great. That must mean you also work with my ex-husband, Hugo Mercier. What, you're Hugo's Clementine? Judge LeBron? He didn't make the connection. Uh-oh. Yes, and you must be Emil, the tech expert at the precinct. Hugo's always singing your praises. Listen, Emil, you seem like a lovely person. I'm still looking forward to getting to know you more, but I just don't think this is a good idea. Yeah, you're definitely right. Hugo would be horrified if we started dating. Hope we can stay friends at least. Ace, I guess I'll be seeing you in the courtroom soon. Oh, brother. I didn't think they had a daughter, so I was like, oh, maybe it's the daughter. It's like, no. Whoa, that's a prolapse sack. That's huge. That's not good. Looks like it's carrying something, for sure. Ace, I can hear meowing coming from that sack. There must be some animals in there. Let's crack that lock and release these poor creatures quickly. Remember, they're wild animals, so, I think Clementine's just, asking for, or she's just wanting companionship. Yep, sweet. Oh my goodness, these are cheetah cubs. Oh, they're adorable. The crate from the Palpatine Rouge was used to transport a baby cheetah here too, so this makes sense. Yeah, I have definitive proof that animal smuggling is taking place in the area, and we're talking exotic animals that aren't native to France. These poor kitties look malnourished as heck. You're right, the first thing we need to do is nurse them back to health. Nani will know what to do. Ace, I'm so mad at you. Why not? What's up? Why'd you send me these adorable balls of fluff? They've changed my stance on wearing fur forever. How will I ever look fashionable again? Well, the animal world will be happy to hear this, and she just look much better than when we found them. Yes, I gave them a good clean and dosed them up with cocktail vitamins and nutrients. Almost brought about my maternal instincts. Almost. What do we do with the cubs now? They're not going to stay this small for long. The cheetahs are wild animals. Good idea. Ace Harperstone knows everything about animal welfare. We should ask her how to get these little cuties to safety. I'll probably just give them to a zoo, would be my guess. She looks so happy. Harper, we found a sack of baby cheetahs in Jackson Peacock's apartment, and that man was just one vile bat. Yes, we hate him too, but more importantly, we need to figure out what to do with the animals now. Can you help? I know of a zoo just outside Paris, which looks after exotic animals to rescue from circuses and stuff, and prepares them for release back in the wild. That sounds perfect. Listen, I'd be happy to get cheetahs off your hands and get them to the zoo, but I'd like something in return. See, Peacock had taken down all the anti-cruelty posters I put up around mine, and I saw them thrown in a trash can when I broke into his apartment. Can you go get them for me? That doesn't seem like too big of an ask. Come on, Ace, let's pay the apartment another visit. to scenes on this one. Bouquet, handkerchief, wallet, waste paper basket, crocodile. What that is? Or hand fan. Crocodile or hand fan. Take either. Oh no, that's not a crocodile. Oh, he's gold. It's a gold crocodile. Alright, Ace, let's fish Harper's posters out of the wastebasket. Oh, hello. Those are from the garbage day. Stop animals cruelty on them. They've got to be the ones Harper was talking about. Let's hand the posters back. Posters look like they are rough. Here are your posters, Harper. Almost as good as new. Thank you so much, Security Change. You have no idea how expensive printing costs are these days. By the way, there's something I forgot to mention to you guys earlier. When I was following Jackson Peacock, I noticed they made multiple visits to the Boyer Peep Show down in Piave. Okay, that's kind of sleazy, but I don't know how it concerns us. But that's the thing, he'd go in a lot, but he never actually watched the shows. This makes me suspect that there are underhanded dealings going on at the venue, and you should go check it out. Well, that does sound weird. Thanks for the tip, Harper. Before I decide to keep them for myself, here are the baby cheetahs. Oh, they're adorable. I'll make sure they get to the zoo safely. Thank you, and please take this money. It's a donation to the zoo. Solid. Ace, did you manage to make any progress on the animal trafficking? Yes. Well, Harper still thinks our animal smuggling is potentially involved in some dodgy dealings in connection with a certain peep show in Payale. Apparently, Jack the Peacock used to go there whenever I was watching the dancers. This implies that maybe his businesses were involved in animal trafficking. You better go check out this establishment. Speaking of sexy women, Emil, how did your hot date go? Oh, he is gonna tell him. You go, I don't know how to tell you this, but my date turned out to be your ex-wife. Wait, you went on a date with Clementine? I had no idea it was her. I swear I'd never met her before, so how would I have known? And we ended the date as soon as we found out. Ace can vouch for me. Don't worry, Neil. I won't blame you for this. Clementine is a catch after all. But what upsets me more is that she's already using a dating application, which means she most definitely moved on from me. Hugo, I can tell you it's clear she still cares about you very much. Well, I'll drown my sours tonight in an expensive bottle of Bordeaux. Tomorrow we'll head to Pigalle to hunt down some more animal smugglers. He took the news pretty well. I mean, at the end of the day, he didn't do anything. So, he was at least very respectful. Ooh. I mean, it's a peep show. I'm not surprised that the dancer there is murdered, but it doesn't seem like someone that we would know. Anyways, this will probably be on the 17th. Yep. So, I will see you guys next Thursday. This has been Pitching Ace 88. Over now.